evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network this Friday night. The Interleague Championship Racing Series is back in action. That's right. Take a look at the bottom of your screen, folks. 4 leagues coming together here tonight for 100 laps of Xfinity race action. They race 3 different vehicles, the Camping World trucks, the Xfinity cars, and the Gen 6 Sprint Cup cars. Drivers are now going to be going qualifying. We are going to move to the Star Spangled Banner when we come back. We got some information we can share with you here regarding this league and what they got going on. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. Enjoy the Star Spangled Banner, and we'll see you in a minute. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcast Network this Friday night. We're here in Fontana, California at Autoclub Speedway. It's going to be a great race this evening. Drivers are going qualifying right now. Let's take a look at the race information here tonight for race number 5. We are at Autoclub Speedway. It's a super speedway 2-mile track. Weather conditions out there tonight, 72 degrees in the air, 0% humidity. Partly cloudy with 72 degrees down there, matching the air temperature on the pavement. Again, folks, this is race number 5. If you tuned in last week, it was a great race there at Chicagoland in the Camping World trucks. Justin Michael came away with the victory. Very late race. Battled it out with the number 4 of West Holland, who ended up coming in third. It was overall a really good race there. A couple weeks ago, we were at Kansas. Last time we were at the Xfinity cars, or racing the Xfinity cars, I should say, was back at Atlanta. And that was May 20th. So these guys are going to saddle up in these cars and go racing here tonight for 100 laps. Next week, we'll be back at Talladega Superspeedway in the Gen 6 cars. Next time these guys will see the Xfinity cars will be at Chicagoland on July 1st. Overall standings coming into tonight. Travis Browder, your fast qualifier there. You see the number 54 car. is your series points leader. 22 points ahead of Abe Bowden and Cody Lipster. Cody Lipster actually moved up to second position to tie Abe Bowden. And it looks like right now we're going to be moving down to the grid. The grid is actually on pit road. So as we make our way down to the grid, we can get you your drivers and see where they're sitting at here tonight. Sitting on the pole, running that NOS energy drink, Toyota Camry, the Carolina driver, the number 54 of Travis Browder. To his outside, ladies and gentlemen, the guy who took it away last week, heartfelt driver, I should say, the Virginia driver. That is Justin Michael, another Toyota Camry up front here tonight. Starting in third position, that number 4 car you see back there on the inside of that second row, this West USA driver, the Jimmy John's Fast Camaro, that is Wesley Holland. The 013 to the outside of West Holland in fourth position here tonight is James Lehman running that yellow Camaro. The number 14 of Jason Russo, the New England driver there with a bunch of different, Napa being one of them. Sponsors on that Camaro will start in your fifth position, the number 96. As we take a look back to sixth position, that is Craig Covington, a Carolina driver in that Lowe's machine. Seventh position, the Club Ohio driver Abe Bowden in that Skittles Ford Mustang will be starting seventh. The number 19 of Donald Sadusky to the outside of him will start in eighth. Pennsylvania driver there, folks. Brian Treble, the Florida driver, in that Chevrolet Camaro, the Coldwell Banker, will be starting in ninth. And rounding out your top 10 here tonight, folks, the number 97. That is Cody Lipster in that KMARacing.com Chevrolet. Again, folks, this is the Interleague Championship Racing Series here this Friday night. Appreciate you tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and I'll be bringing you the race action play by play, second by second. It's going to be Browder and Michael up front. As they come down, pace car is in the pits. Browder some connection issues, but there is the green flag. We are off to the race here at Autoclub. As they come to the start-finish line, what a battle it is here tonight, folks. Travis Browder holding off the 87 of Justin Michael. The 013 of James Lehman is back there in third position. Wesley Holland falls to fourth. Abe Bowden is battling hard with Jason Russo now. Coming down that back straightaway, George turn number 3 in the number 14 car. That's Jason Russo, moves up into the top 5. That number 48 car of Steve Newton in that Monster Energy Chevrolet. Working that lower part of the first turn, goes around Abe Bowden. there in 10th position. Looks to pick up some time as he's battling with Brian Tribble, the number 33 car, running that high line through turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch they come across the start-finish line into lap number 4. Travis Browder out of turn number 2 has a 3/10 of a second lead over the 87 of Justin Michael. Right to the bumper, he's been there the whole race. That 0-13 of James Lehman working his way into turn number 3. Just a little bit off the pace is that freaky fast Chevrolet of West Holland, that Jimmy John's car. Coming out of turn number 4. Jason Russo there, the New England driver, makes his way towards the first turn in the top 5. Started 5th, still sitting in 5th, taking that Napa car through turns 1 and 2. Steve Boots looking to get around the 19 of Donald Sadusky. Looks to that inside into turn number 3. He's going to dive it down deep. Really be able to edge out Sadusky. Here he goes. And Dukes in that Chevrolet Camaro passes the 19 of Sadusky. Right behind Dave Bowden, the battle between Brian Tribble and Cody Lipstrewer continues. Lipstrewer to the high side. Tribble out of turn number 2. Looks to have an inside advantage, possibly getting up to Dave Bowden here on lap number 6. Making their way towards turn number 1. Got some great battling going on back here as Jason Covington in 12th position. Just 1 position ahead of his father, Craig Covington, right here at number 96. Down the back straightaway they go. Back from suspension here tonight. There he is, the 99 of Matthew Hebner, running that police car paint scheme. Right ahead of Wally Tierheimer. Number 57, Ford Mustang on the field. Look at the pack battle we got back here around 18th position. Vincent Jurin, as you can see him right there, the number 009 car. Falls back behind Wally Tierheimer. Tierheimer now up to 18th position. Just ahead of him is Ken Campbell, number 89 car for TWC VM. Down the front stretch they come. That 011 STP Richard Petty paint scheme, that is Donald Stewart, currently running 20th position right now. Nice looking paint scheme on that car. Back up to the race lead. Making his way down towards turn number 3 is the 54 of Travis Browder here tonight. As you take a look at the information at the bottom of your screen, 8 total laps led out of the 9. Working on his 9th lap led and completing lap number 9 as they come down the front stretch. 013 and James Lehman was able to get around the 87 of Justin Michael. It is now contending that 54 car of Browder for the race lead. Close-knit battle up here in the top 3. Lehman looks to the inside of Browder. Trying to bait him to a high side will not work. Browder holding off that 013, the 87 of Justin Michael. waits in the wing, and to the inside goes Lehman. As they come out of the second turn, Lehman not quite there as Justin Michael takes over second position. If Lehman doesn't have it, he'll fall back to third. Down comes Travis Browder into turn number 3, hugging that white line. He's going to work that lower groove. Justin Michael left up to the high side, but will now come down, and James Lehman with a hard-fought battle to get to the race lead. Doesn't do it on lap number 11, and on lap number 12 he falls back off the top 2 into third position, and now Wes Holland in that number 4 car looks to battle him for third. Lipscher and Tribble still battling around the top 10 spot. Tribble moving into 9th position, getting ahead of that 97 of Cody Lipscher, coming across that start-finish line into lap number 13. Just behind him, Craig Covington, the 96 car, and the 77 of Jack Watts. Having a nice little battle there. Watts currently sitting in 11th position, started in 6th, or excuse me. Let's get the right information here. There you are. Jack Watts, a California driver at his home track here tonight, started 18th position. He's up 6. Now looking for position number 7 as he comes across that start-finish line. To the inside of Craig Covington, the 77 of Jack Watts. Now up into 11th position. Brandon Schnupp, one of the hard hitters early on in this series, has been rather quiet the past couple weeks. Here tonight, as you take a look at his information, he started 27th, but he is on the move. That Illinois driver is up into 16th position and digging hard. Trying to chase down that 89 of Tim Campbell here on lap number 15 while fighting off Donald Stewart, that 011 car right behind him. Vincent Jurin, 009, back in 18th position, not too far behind as well. But Schnupp running that Ford Mustang down that back straightaway. Wally Tierheimer and Billy Wise battling out a little bit into turn number 3. Tierheimer down to the lower groove. Will now move into 19th position. Travis Browder and Justin Michael still continue to battle it out for the race lead. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 they go, working that lower groove. Seems to be the preferred line here tonight through 3 and 4. Coming out of 4, they're going to fan it up to the wall and then making their way back down when they come across that tri-oval and the start-finish line. As we take a look down the back straightaway, it looks like Michael in that Toyota Camry wants the challenge. Browder for the race lead at the inside. Here they come down towards turn number 3. And Justin Michael has taken over the race lead as he works that lower groove, forcing that 54 up high in turn number 3. And we have a new race leader here, folks, on lap number 18. Lehman fighting off West Holland for third position. Browder was hoping to get around Michael there coming out of turn number 2. Was not able to do so. So the front four here tonight, as we take a look back to 5th position, take a look at this. Abe Bowden is 3 1/4 seconds behind the front four. That is the gap, folks, from 4th to 5th. At a super speedway, that is a big gap. As the Skittles Mustang works its way into turn number 2, Lehman off the wall. Boy, did we see some sparks fly there, which allows the number 4 of West Holland to get around him and take over 3rd position here in lap 19 as he goes into turn number 4. He'll begin to pull away from that 013 car. So that freaky fast Jimmy John Chevrolet of West Holland now moves into 3rd position. Ryan Tribble, out of nowhere, has screamed up into the top 6. He is trying to hold off Donald Sadusky as they come down towards turn number 3. Florida driver's been flirting with that top 10 all night. He started 9th position, currently up into 6th, and right behind him, you see that KMA Chevrolet of Jack Watts scream right around Donald Sadusky back there in 8th position now. Watts out of turn number 2. Down that back straightaway he goes. Started 18th here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 18th position, and he's up into 7th here in the first 21 laps of this race. Justin Michael to the race lead. Excuse me. As Travis Browder has made his way down pit road. Our pit view camera there shows you all the action as the drivers come in for their first pit stops of the night. And here they come off of pit road. So as the pit stops start here tonight at Autoclub, folks, this is the Interleague Championship Racing race number 5. The Xfinity cars here for 100 laps. We're going to move to a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some more race action for you. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back to Auto Club this Friday night, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you tuning in to the Digital Force Broadcast Network. Interleague Championship Racing, race number 5 here at the Xfinity cars. Battling it out at this 2-mile oval. James Lehman into second position in the 013 car, has the 54 of Travis Browder right behind him. It was the 87 of Justin Michael getting down pit road that has got him that 4-second lead. As you take a look at that time behind leader column, Lehman, the car that we're following now, 4.1 seconds right behind that 87. West Holland back in 4th position, was a heartbreaker at Chicagoland last week for this guy. As it was the final caution, he was coming off as the leader, had a lot of rear end damage as he came into turn number 2. He got pushed tight by Justin Michael, forcing him down to the apron, although he was able to rally it back and finish 3rd. Steve Dukes in that Monster Energy Toyota Camry. That would break Kurt Busch's heart right there. Monster Energy Toyota Camry. Come on, get a Chevrolet there, Steve Dukes. That number 48 car working his way down the front stretch. Has the number 33 of Brian Tribble behind him in that Camaro as he works his way towards turn number 1. He's going to start it at the wall, going to dive it down. Get into that lower group of turn number 2 before he comes out to the wall into the back straightaway. Little 4-pack here. We got Donald Sadusky, Brandon Schnupp, Donald Stewart, and Jason Covington here, starting back from 8th to 11th position. Back in 12th is the 77 of Jack Watts. Watts was up in the top 5 before pit stops. fell back to about 10th position and a couple more after coming out of the pits. A nice little battle behind him between Cody Lipster and Jason Russo. Russo, the 14 car, is going to lose out to the 97 of Lipster. Lipster is going to go down. In turn number 3, he'll take over 13th position. Right behind him is the 14 in 14th position of Jason Russo. Vincent Jurin, another one of the Ford Mustangs you see here tonight, working his way down the front stretch into turn number 1. Illinois driver here tonight started 25th. He's up 10 positions after his first pit stop. There is your race leader, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of turn number 2, and wow! Lap traffic ahead. The 317 of Alan Manning getting into the wall, coming out of turn number 2. And the 87 of Justin Michael will pass with ease on the high side around the 317. Into turns 3 and 4, he's going to run the high line through 4. Take you down closer, you can follow the 87 of Justin Michael in that Toyota Camry out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. The Virginia driver has a total of 18 laps led here tonight with a fast lap time 39.38. Started in second, but relied on that quick pit crew team to get him in and out of the pits, and currently has a 4.6 second lead on the rest of the field. Lehman now in front of Travis Browder, working their way through the first couple turns. At 013 Chevrolet trying to keep out a gap in front of our pole sitter here tonight. Browder last had his victory in the Xfinity cars back at Atlanta. That was May 20th. He is due for a win. He's been pretty solid. Very active driver. Taking a look, trying to get some race statistics for you. So as we look at Travis Browder, he's had the 1 win in the series. He's had 4 top 5s. Out of all the races, he's led about 39 laps. His win percentage so far is 25%. Looking to find his second victory in the series here tonight. Talking about race statistics, let's take a look at your race leader. Justin Michael in that 87 AR15.com car has a total of 1 win in this series. Came last week at Chicagoland. He's had 2 poles, and that has been his 2 top 5s. 102 laps led in this series. His win percentage is 33%. The crazy thing about this 87 car is, though, he does have an average start percentage of about 1%, average finish of 15. Caution flag comes out as our overlay software decides to bug out and crash on us. stadium so hard it took down our overlay software. Just getting everything back up here momentarily. Alan manning the 317 car in the Lucky Dog slot. So Billy Wise possibly could be involved. Fortunately, due to our software going down, we're not going to be able to go back and get you a replay on that first caution. But the good news is, here they come down pit road, this time under caution. Travis Browder, West Holland, James Lehman will be bunched up with that 87 car you see making his way down pit road. Summary statistics, we'd love to be able to tell you, hey, look, it picked it up. Ladies and gentlemen, 40 laps completed here at Autoclub, 40% of the way, getting close to that halfway mark. As the drivers come in for their second pit stop of the night, one lead change here tonight, one total caution. We're going to move to a short commercial break. When we come back, more race action to come your way. You definitely want to stay tuned for this.
Oh boy, get ready for some noise. Gentlemen, start your engines.
AMSLeague.com is the premier iRacing league for action-packed racing from green to checkered. Prepare yourself to start every week right with the AMSLeague.com Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series, Tuesday nights at 9:20 Eastern Time, right here exclusively on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. You will not find a better connected oval league and community in the iRacing service. AMSLeague.com provides the highest level of competitive racing while holding true to our Have Fun First motto. Prepare yourself for the best Tuesday night oval racing on Sim Racing Earth at AMSLeague.com. Also, check out our Monday Night Truck Series and Wednesday IndyCar Series. And remember, you can watch all of our Wounded Warrior Project Cup Series races live, right here on the Digital Forge Racing Network. AMSLeague.com. A premier iRacing league with a great group of drivers.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Interlake Championship Racing. Race number 5 here at Auto Club. First caution flag coming out of the night around lap 40. Lap 39, lap 40. Some good hard racing taking place here tonight. Let's see if we can get a driver interview in here as the lights look to be coming off that pace car. As we look down to that 54 NOS Chevrolet, Travis Browder, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there?
Hey, Dustin, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Looking back at the Xfinity cars here tonight real quick as the lights have come off that pace car. The first and only victory you've had in this series came at Atlanta in the Xfinity cars. How's the car handling here tonight?
Well, it's pretty good so far. Just saving my tires here. It gets tighter. It gets tight as the run goes. So we're trying to manage them and see what we can do here. We're managing.
All right. Any quick shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
I'd like to thank all these guys for putting on this league and you for the broadcast. That's it.
All right. Best of luck to you at that restart there, Travis.
Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it.
There you have it, folks. A little bit of a driver interview with the guy who last won in the Xfinity cars May 20th at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll look to duplicate it now that he's bunched up with Justin Michael, the guy who's led a total of 26 laps here tonight. Browder has led a total of 16 laps, so between the two, they have shared the lead. The one lead change was Justin Michael getting around Travis Browder. Pace car into the pits. The green flag flies, and there goes the 87. As they come across the start-finish line into the 45th lap, the 87 of Justin Michael leads Travis Browder. Let's take a look at your top five in the bottom left of your screen. So it's Michael, Browder, Holland, Sadusky, and Schnupp now. Brandon Schnupp all the way up there to the top five. Some good battling going on down the back straightaway. Jason Covington, you can see back there. Up into sixth position. Will fall behind the 31 of Brandon Schnupp, just ahead of the 74 of Abe Bowden, coming out of turn number 4. That 0-11 of Donald Stewart. We saw these guys in the high teens early on in this race. They're now sitting inside the top 10. These cars have come to life, folks. As Justin Michael leads the herd out of turn number 2 down that back straightaway. Donald Sadusky, the 19, ran a Toyota last week at Chicagoland, switched up for Chevrolet here at Autoclub. Of course, they were in a truck last week, folks. They're in the Xfinity cars this week, and now Sadusky being pushed by Schnupp to the inside of West Holland. Will not have that momentum to get around him just yet. Watch for him to make an inside pass in turns 1 or 2. Looks to the inside, but West Holland is there to block him. Pretty much have filed out into a single line, folks, down that back straightaway. Waiting for somebody to get the right move, and Brandon Schnupp's going to go up into the wall. That 31 car was looking really solid. He was up into the top 6, has fallen back this quick to 17th position. One mishap in turn number 4. And that tribute to Donald Trump Ford Mustang has got some digging to do right there behind the 58 of Jason Hughes. Browder, 3/4 of a second behind the 87 of Justin Michael here on lap 48, coming in down towards that front stretch. Has a 6/10, almost about equal distant gap, you should say, right in front of the number 4 of West Holland. Taking a look back behind Abe Bowden. Abe Bowden is going to look to get around Jason Covington here. Donald Stewart and Cody Lipscher find themselves battling for 7th position. Abe Bowden to the inside, going to try to go into that top 5. Out of turn number 4, and the crossover move almost. Covington was looking to put a crossover on Bowden, but decided to keep it safe. Now he looks to the inside, and a good battle between Ford and Chevy into turn number 1. Chevy to the inside, Jason Covington. Abe Bowden in that Ford Mustang Skittles car. Down the back straightaway, and we got an STP car. Should be Dodge. Hint, hint, Dodge. Get back in the game. 011 of Donald Stewart right behind the number 10. Here comes Jason Russo behind Bowden, and it's a nice little 4-pack battle through turns 3 and 4. Down the front stretch they come. Bowden and Russo to the high side, teaming it up against Covington and Stewart. Oh, and Stewart's going to push a little tight through the second turn. Take a look at this. Steve Dutz now in the mix. James Lehman finding his way through the pack. Lipscher to the inside. Oh, we have got some great racing here, folks. Through 3 and 4 they go. Donald Stewart and Jason Russo now battling out for 6th position and coming across that start-finish line into turn number 1 with 49 laps to go. And they finally get to a single file line, but keep your eyes on James Lehman, ladies and gentlemen, in 9th position. Looking to the inside of Jason Russo and Cody Lipscher. Steve Dutz. He's like a hound dog ready to go hunting. He is excited and wants to get around that 13 of Lehman. Looks to the inside. We'll have to settle it up out of turn number 4. Here comes Russo. Russo was behind Covington. We'll look to the inside behind Stewart as they come down towards turn number 1, and he's looking to the inside. Is he going to make it 3 wide? Not quite. He doesn't have the momentum. We'll settle up right back beside the number 10 coming out of turn number 2. Down that back straightaway they go. Stewart and Covington to the high side. Lehman. Whoa, did he push almost up into Covington. Dutz still looking to that inside. Lipscher there as well. Nice little battle around 5th position here, folks. Russo holding on to that top 5. Donald Stewart trying to challenge, but he's going to push high through turn number 2. And he's going to lose out a few positions there. Stewart falls quickly to 10th position as Lehman looks to the inside of Russo before turn number 3. He's going to try to force that 14 car high. But Russo is not going to bite too hard on that bait as they go through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Steve Dutz. Like I said, folks, a hound dog ready to strike. This 48 Monster Energy Camry is eager to get around these guys on the inside. Played the patience game. It is working for him now. He is in 6th position and looking to get around the 14 of Russo. Down that back straightaway towards turn number 3, battling side by side with the 14 of Russo. Steve Dutz dives it down. Here comes the 013 of James Lehman to hold off that 14, throwing a little bit of air in front of his face. Covington and Russo now once again back side by side as Dutz goes up in front of Russo. Dutz to the bumper of Lehman through turn number 2. Will he have enough to get around the 013? Here he comes. Steve Dutz on the move. Works that lower groove. Lehman is going to be pushed high. But they're still going to stay side by side Well, that 48 really wants 5th position bad. He had it by a nose at the start-finish line. And with 44 to go, 48 of Steve Dutz looks to be in that top 5, leading James Lehman through turn number 2. Oh, but Lehman's not ready to go yet. He's got a nose over Steve Dutz. Covington put a little scare there in Jason Russo. One Jason to another. Out of turn number 4, down the front stretch, and Lehman concedes to Steve Dutz. So Dutz will sit in 5th position for now, but Lehman is not ready to give up just yet. Back up at the race lead with a 1.5 second gap, the 87 of Justin Michael works his way into the 3rd turn with 43 laps to go. Has a total of 41 laps led here tonight. Right behind him, Travis Browder in that 54 NOS Chevrolet, or Toyota Camry, excuse me. Leads the Chevrolet of Wes Holland in that freaky fast Jimmy John's car. Donald Sadusky back in 4th. Steve Dutz in 5th. Covington now to the inside of Lehman, down the back straightaway. To the inside he goes. And Jason Covington picks up 6th position with 42 to go. Lehman to the inside of Covington through 2. Looking to regain 6th position. Will not have it, and now Donald Stewart to the outside of James Lehman. Russo trying to hold off Lipstruer back there and hang on to 9th position. As we see that Napa car trying to hold off that KMARacing.com Chevrolet of Cody Lipstruer. Lipstruer looks to the inside of Russo, coming through 3 and 4. Oh, will Lipstruer have it? He does, but it's a bounce back and forth. Lipstruer behind Stewart, and will get around Jason Russo and take over 7th position. Steve Dutz now solidly in the top 5. Donald Stewart and Cody Lipstruer are really battling for 6th position. Oh, and here comes Stewart into the pits. With 38 to go, that STP Chevrolet making his way down pit road. What will the leader do here, the 87 of Justin Michael in that Toyota Camry through 3 and 4? Will he look to get into the pits? He slows it down, and now the leader comes down in. Whoa, does he have to get on the brakes? Travis Browder not too far behind him as the most of the lead top 5 guys make their way down pit road. So Michael, Browder, Sadusky, and Dutz followed by Jack Watts. Make their way down pit road. Watts with the peekaboo box right there behind the score tower, excuse me. Who's going to make it off pit road first? And it's going to be the 87 of Justin Michael as the left side of Travis Browder's machine hits the ground. 64 laps completed here tonight. 3 lead changes, 1 total caution. These boys have eaten their Wheaties tonight. Some great hard racing here at Auto Club. This is the Interleague Championship Racing, race number 5. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, it's looking like it's going to be go time for some of these drivers. You definitely want to tune in and catch this action, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We have 32 to go here at Auto Club. Justin Michael leads the field with a 3.3, almost a 3.4 second lead over the 54 of Travis Browder. Moving into lap traffic goes the 87. Folks, tonight's sponsor is Richie B's Pizza. If you happen to be in the Dothan, Alabama region and you want some great pizza, check out Richie B's Pizza, a New York style pizza. From what I hear, they say it's some great pizza. Almost makes me want to travel from Ohio to Alabama to check it out. That is Richie B's Pizza. I want to thank them for their sponsorship. Also, the wise guys out there in over-the-top paints and designs, John Hedrick, with over-the-top paints and design, running most of the paint schemes you see on these cars here tonight, and a little bit of sway in that 18 car as the 87 of Justin Michael comes down. The 18 is Ralph Wheeler to the inside of that 87. He's down on the apron for a short while, down the back straightaway. the 54, makes his way across the start-finish line with 30 laps to go. Has about almost a 2-second gap between him and the number 4 of West Holland. But what a battle it is for third as Donald Sadusky and West Holland are really fighting it out, coming out of turn number 2. These two Chevrolets, I guess you could say they're a little bit of rivals. These two guys like to fight hard, and hard they are fighting. As they work their way around the 99 of Heavener in that police Chevrolet car. Heavener tonight, not doing so hot. Currently in the Lucky Dog slot, back in 20th position. Just happy to be out racing. Was talking to him in his off weeks. Actually, week following the Atlanta race, he went under suspension due to a violation of being a lap down and holding up lead lap traffic. He's happy to be back out on the track in his Xfinity car here at Autoclub. The 48 car of Steve Dukes as we follow him into the first turn. Has snagged 5th position, in this Michigan driver can't seem to shake it. About 3.7 seconds behind West Holland. Donald Sadusky. Almost 10 seconds behind Justin Michael. His Toyota Camry 48 Monster Energy car of Steve Dukes. Solid in the top 5. Has Jason Covington back behind him. About a half a second as he come across the start-finish line. And now work their way into the first turn. Jason Hughes has come to life in the later half of this race. That 58 car. Running the Denver Broncos paint scheme, currently sitting in 8th. Led some laps at Chicagoland last week in his Camping World truck, Chevy Silverado. Finds himself currently behind the 33 of Brian Tribble, going through the first couple turns with 26 to go. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The number 3, speaking of numbers, Mark Jackson here tonight. Let's take a look at the information on this GM Goodwrench Dale Earnhardt Sr. tribute scheme as he follows Jason Hughes nearly to the apron. Well, Hughes is really swaying around. We're coming closer to take a look at that car. See Mark Jackson here tonight, started 24th, currently up in the top 10, battling for 7th position as you look to the inside of the 58 of Jason Hughes. And now he'll get, not only will he get around Jason Hughes, but he's going to get around Brian Tribble. Mark Jackson went from 9th to 7th in a matter of 2 turns. And with 24 laps to go, Hughes is really pushing turns 1 and 2. Cody Lutcher still behind Jason Russo. These guys have found themselves beside each other more often than not around this track here tonight. And that 97 KMA car looks to the inside of the 14 of Russo. turns 3, now into turn number 4 goes the 87 of Justin Michael. Virginia driver, a total of 59 laps led here tonight as he crosses that start-finish line, making it 22 to go. Has a 3.8-second lead over the 54 of Travis Browder. Browder had a total of 16 laps led so far here this evening in the Carolina driver. Both him and Justin Michael are trying to pick up their second win in this series. Justin Michael would make it a back-to-back as he won last week at Chicagoland in the trucks. Browder won at Atlanta a few weeks back in the Xfinity cars. Ralph Wheeler, the number 18 Chevrolet, right in front of Travis Browder, lap traffic. Browder about 1.3 seconds in front of West Holland, moving into turns 1 and 2. Donald Sadusky solid in 4th, and Steve Dudes. You see Steve Dudes coming out of turn number 2, has a nice little gap between him and Jason Covington. So we've seen all the boys up front in the top 10 pretty much all night. We're going to jump back. And Brandon Schnupp in 24th position comes down for his final pit stop of the evening. Treble down there as well, trying to set up possibly a short pit strategy. Some of the guys that we see not necessarily up in the front, but are working just as hard as anybody else on this field. The number 71 of Bobby Everhart. Boy, Jason Hughes comes down for his final pit stop, as well as Covington. As a lot of these drivers are trying to set themselves up. With 19 laps to go, Justin Michael passes Alan Matting.
All right, man, caution it out.
Somebody spun out down there. Not quite sure who it was on the back straightaway. That's going to draw out a caution flag, and tough break for these drivers pitting under the green as the caution flag comes out. Now that allows the leaders to get down pit road for their final pit stop under the yellow. I want to give a big shout out to our viewers here tonight, our loyal viewers tuning in to this Friday night race. Michelle Eisenhower out there, one of the #1 most iRacing fan out there. She watches religiously, you could say. So always want to thank her for that. AJ Brissett out there, Mark Dingman as well. And as I take a look out of the chat, Billy Wise, it was out here on the track tonight, decided to have a computer upgrade to Windows 10 out of nowhere. And that took him out of the race. Hashtag updates. Brandon Schnupp's going to come back down pit road. Travis Browder makes his way down there. So here come all the lead lap cars. Justin Michael saw it. He was about to be away from pit road. He dove it down, Chase Elliott style. Will come down pit road. Making their way to the pit box. No strategies of 2 tires at all, folks. These guys are going to set a full 4 tires. Not wanting to risk anything with 17 to go. There goes Steve Dutz. Actually, I tell you what, Steve Dutz may have taken 2 tires. He just went by him. Have to see how that'll play out for the 48. Maybe wanting to pick up I'm not sure. Steve Dutz, a Max Velocity driver. See if we can get an interview with him, actually. Let's take it down to his car and see what we can do here. Steve Dutz, this is Dustin Caldwell in the booth. Are you there?
Yeah, hello.
Well, coming off of pit road, you have been digging hard here tonight. Tell us a little bit about this last pit strategy you had under the yellow.
Well, I decided to save tires most of the time, or try to save tires, and I was like, well, I think track position's more important than trying to stay up here, so I decided to take 2.
Taking the gamble with 2 tires, knowing that most of the guys behind you had 4, what do you think your chances are here tonight to probably take home victory?
I don't know how. It's going to be pretty slim, but hope I can hold off these guys. We'll see what happens in the next 15, 16 laps.
Is there any shout-outs you'd like to give while we got you on the line?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. You guys in the booth, all the fans here, KMA, Max Velocity, TWC, ILCR, everybody here tonight.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in the laps to come here in the remainder part of the race.
Thank you.
Steve Dutz in the 48 car, and you can hear that new engine sound that iRacing recently implemented. Almost sounds a little sci-fi. Talking back, we're gonna jump back here and get a 9th position interview with the Cody Lipscher, guy from KMA Racing, running that KMARacing.com car. Been battling hard in the top 10 all night. Cody, I got to tell you, you currently find yourself in 9th position behind the fast-moving Mark Jackson. How does the car handle here at Autoclub?
The car here at Autoclub, man, it has been an absolute blast. The car gets a little tight, you know, you might touch the apron, get a little loose. It has been a wonderful night, only having 2 cautions. The car, it has not been spot on, but it has been close enough.
Well, is there any particular turns you kind of keep an eye out, or anything? Is it getting loose? Is it pushing? What is it doing?
Right now, it's tight after about 15-20 laps, right? But with the lap count we've got, I would not expect anything but loose coming off at 2:22.
All right. Any shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
I just want to thank all of the KMA guys here that are driving for us. It's an absolute blast to have them in our TS and talking with everybody. It is a blast down there.
All right. Well, best of luck to you in the laps to come, bud.
Thank you.
So there is 9th position, Cody Lipscher, providing an interview. Cars begin to bunch up as the lights come off that pace car. He's going to try to snag another interview here, but will not be able to do it at this time. As they move down, it'll be 14 laps to go when we get the green. This is the Interleague Championship Racing, race number 5. The Loose Lug Nuts, KMA, TWC, VM, and Max Velocity Leagues. 4 leagues coming together in one race. Or one series, I should say, 15 total races. Into turn 4 they go. It's going to be Dutz and Michael up front, Browder and Sadusky. Pace car into the pits. Dutz with the pace.
Green flag.
Green flags in the air. We've got 14 to go. As they come to the start-finish line, checked out over there in the YouTube chat, and Martha Tierheimer, proud mom of the Carl's Jr. 57 cars, Wally Tierheimer couldn't have said it better. It's time to put your foot on the gas. We are around 13 laps, and these guys are fighting like it's the last lap. Here they come down the back straightaway. And they are on the move. Steve Dukes trying to hold off the 87 of Justin Michael. Travis Browder back there in third. Donald Stewart down on pit road. There is Wally Tierheimer on the move here tonight, started 19th position at his home track here at Autoclub. The California driver inside the top 10, barely. Trying to hold on to it. Oh, and West Holland. Boy, he's driving like there's no tomorrow, right behind Donald Sadusky. And I tell you what, folks, these guys, there's a reason they call them nemesis. These guys have a little bit of conflict, both Holland and Sadusky. West Holland, a loose lug nuts driver. Donald Sadusky. Called Donald Sadusky the Carrot. Not sure why he's got that nickname, but take a look up at the front of the race. Justin Michael battling Steve Dukes down the back straightaway towards turn number 3 with 11 laps to go. The 87 looking to pick up his second win of the series here tonight. Looking on to the battle up front is the 54 of Travis Browder back there in third position. And Justin Michael will take over the race lead with 10 to go. So Steve Dukes with the two-tire gamble now loses the race lead with 10 to go. Travis Browder approaching quickly. Just about 3/10 of a second behind the 48. Oh, but take a look at this. Steve Dukes is looking to the inside of Justin Michael. He's not ready to give it up. I think this is the most pressure this 87 car has seen all night. Across the start-finish line with 9 to go. And it is a battle up here for the race lead. Let's jump back to fourth position as the 14 of Jason Russo. Right there in front of the 4 of West Holland. Jason Russo, a KMA driver, leads the 4 of West Holland, loose lug nut driver, into turn number 3. Donald the Carrot Sadusky back there. We'll have to find out one of these days why they call him that. Currently in 6th position. So nice little gap here with 8 laps remaining tonight. Summary statistics in your bottom left as we watch it go into turns 1 and 2. 92 laps completed, 6 lead changes, 2 total cautions here tonight. Tell you what, give a big shout out to Jeff Wood and all the other interleague admins out there, really putting on a lot of practice sessions, trying to marry up these drivers, get them used to racing around one another, putting together a nice set of rules to get these guys in line to cut down on the cautions and bring out the good hard racing. And tonight, hard work has paid off, so we tip your hat, Jeff Wood, all the work that you've done this week and prior weeks, getting these guys ready for the series. Russo now behind West Holland, heading into turn number 1 with 7 to go. And he looks to the inside. Oh, and Tierheimer scrapes the wall out of 2. Still holding on to 10th position behind the 74 of Abe Bowden. Running the mid-groove through 3 and 4, Cody Lipster. Looking to the inside, Lipster, that KMA driver, Wally Tierheimer. Max Velocity driver. Battles it out across the start-finish line now. Into turn number 1, Lipster gets around Tierheimer. He falls to 11th position. Justin Michael has moved out 0.6 ahead of Steve Dutz. The battle for second position between Dutz and Browder. Though the two-tire gamble may not have gotten him first, he's holding on for his dear life in second position. Oh, and Browder looks to the high side. Dutz with the block, and there's the big crossover move. They're going to get bunched up. And now, with 5 laps to go, what do you do? Do you keep the tires? Do you go in? Because it looks like we're going to have a green-white, possibly a green-white checker. And seeing somebody down there mowing some grass. It's the carrot man himself, Donald Sadusky. Giving you our first replay tonight. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened to the 19. He's going to get loose into 4, and boy, does he smack that wall. Back up through the field. Oh, geez. One more time, we're going to reel it back. Take you on board with the 19. So this is the Pennsylvania driver coming down the back straightaway, right behind Jason Russo. And a little netcode contact to Russo. Tried to shoot the gap, got down to the apron, and that's what's going to do it. Almost looked like he tried to turn the 14 of Russo. A little short track maneuver, trying to bump him, get him a little bit loose to get underneath him. Fortunately, Russo's going to be able to get through it fine, but Sadusky puts himself down there in the grass. The pacing. Looking at least a 1-lap shootout. What's going to happen, folks? You definitely want to stay tuned for it. It's going to be some great racing here at the end. And welcome back to Auto Club. Some disappointing news. This race is going to finish under the yellow. Was anticipating the lights to come off the pace car the last time around. It'll come off this time around with 1 to go. So pretty much race has been ended under the caution. So they will actually keep the lights on the pace car with one lap to go. And Justin Michael, the 87 car. Hard-fought battle here tonight. Total of 74 laps led for that Toyota Camry. Will pick up his second victory in the series. Steve Dudes paying off that gamble with 2 tires. Got out to the race lead with about 16 to go, or 14 to go, I should say. And worked his way to hold on to second position, so that gamble paid off well for him. He has a total of 6 laps led here tonight. The 54 of Travis Browder. Pretty much been sitting around second, third all night. Pole sitter here tonight will finish third. Total of 16 laps led. West Holland will finish just outside the top 3. In 4th position, he has 1 lap led here tonight. Behind him, James Lehman, the 013 car. Total of 2 laps led will finish in 5th. Jason Russo, Craig Covington, Abe Bowden, Cody Lipscher, and Vincent Jurin, round out your top 10. So as they come out of turn number 4, the checkered flag will be in the air. Definitely got to give it up to the work again. And the interleague admins putting 4 different leagues. It's a very tough thing to do, folks. As a checkered flag comes out. 1, 2, 3, right there. Yeah, it is a tough thing to take 4 leagues, put them together for 15 races, and even throw in 3 different vehicles. They all came together. Knowing that they all pretty much race in different series. See the fireworks display coming out. We'll go to the blimp cam. Maybe catch some of the firework action. Trying to find the fireworks. You can hear them in the air. Victory burnout for that 87 car. As we go to our first set of interviews here, talking to the 3rd place finisher here tonight, Travis Browder with the pole. Found himself in 2nd and 3rd position a lot. At that last pit stop with about 14 to go, you took 4 tires. What was your strategy to try to get to the race lead?
Well, I was trying to go hard as I can because it was go time, and I saw Justin and Steve running side by side, and it was good racing up there. And the caution came out. I was trying to get by Steve, but the caution came out. But Justin was really the class of the field.
How did the car seem to handle, though, as the track went on? I mean, did it look like it was going to open up for you possibly to get some speed, or was you just pretty much battling for second all night?
I was pretty much battling for second there, to try to stay up front as we can with the short field mileage format. It was every 20 laps of fuel to pit. But I had fun. We were just solid tonight. We were really consistent.
Well, your first victory came a couple weeks, or well, I should say about 4 weeks ago at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you picked up your first victory of the series there. What was it like to get back behind the seat of an Xfinity car? Did it feel natural to you, or I guess I should say, what do you enjoy racing in this series, the Camping World Trucks, Gen 6, or the Xfinity car?
I like all the cars. but I like the Xfinity and the trucks a lot more. They're pretty a lot more fun to drive. A lot more.
All right. Well, next week, you're going to saddle it up in the Gen 6 car back at Talladega. What can we expect there from that NOS machine?
Well, I hope we can get a good run here at Talladega next week. It's gonna be all about the pit stops because it should be fun next week. We'll see what we got.
All right. Any final shout-outs you'd like to give before we let you go?
Well, I'd like to thank you, Dustin, for the broadcast. Appreciate the interviews. It's pretty cool. KMA, TWC, Lugnuts, all these guys putting us on together, and it was a fun race. It was fun.
All right. Well, congratulations on your third-place finish, and we will see you next week at Talladega.
Thank you, Dustin. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.
There you have it, folks. Travis Browder coming in third position here tonight. Give it up for this guy right here in that 48 Monster Energy machine. Now, I got to heckle you a little bit. Running Monster Energy on a Toyota Camry kind of breaks my heart as I'm a Kurt Busch fan here, Steve. But I tell you what, you really battled your way through this field tonight, made some statements, and with that two-tire gamble, though it was, let's take a what-if scenario here. Given the fact that the caution flag did come out and we finished under yellow, had it not come out, what was your thoughts on trying to keep second position away from Travis Browder there at the end?
My goal was to try to block him as much as I could on the straightaways in the backstretch, but I think through the corners he would have gotten me anyways. He'd have probably pushed me out of the corners, gotten me aero tight anyways. Well, this two-tire gamble, oh my god, I'm surprised it paid off. I was so surprised. We could even hang with J. Michael up in the front for a little bit and give it a good show for the fans.
Take us back to that final restart, knowing that you had taken that gamble, and you go back to the race lead. What was going through your mind there when the green flag dropped?
Was to see put as much of a distance as I could between second place and put as much distance as I could between J. Michael and see if I could even if hold him off with two tires. But it was a great day, man. I really enjoyed driving these cars around here.
Well, next week we change vehicles and tracks going to Talladega in the Gen 6 cars. What can we expect from that 48 machine?
We're going to try to do more on fuel pit road stops and see if we can get that down. It was a little sloppy on pit road, but it was overall it was a great day. We're going to try to see if we can get those pit roads nailed.
All right. Well, any final shout-outs before we let you go this evening?
Thanks, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Just celebrated my 18th birthday yesterday. Just want to say thanks to everybody in the booth, all the fans here, everybody here.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week at Talladega, Steve. Congratulations on your second place finish here at Autoclub.
Thank you.
Wow, I tell you what, 18 years old, would never have guessed that just by the sound of his voice. I'm sure everybody out there is as shocked as I am. Happy birthday, Steve. Picking up second place here at Autoclub in a hard-fought battle it was for that 48 machine. Going live now to your race winner, Justin Michael, claiming back-to-back victories as he got his first of the series last week at Chicagoland in the trucks. Came out here to California behind the wheel of an Xfinity machine, looked really fast all night, started second, and it was pretty much laps led. I think 75 was the final count for you, Justin. Coming back to that final restart with about 14 to go, you were to the outside of Steve Dutz, knowing he took two tires. What was your strategy to get back to the race lead?
I tell you, when we went green there, I was sweating it because I was stuck on the outside, and I figured Travis and Donald were going to get by me, but we just drove it hard into three, and I know me and Donald almost got together, but hey, it's stuck on that outside, and I just went back past him, and then Steve put up a heck of a fight there for a couple laps. But no, I know he was on two tires, so I knew he would. I knew he couldn't hold it for many more laps. So it was a good night, it was a good win, and I'm just glad we only had a couple cautions. So green flag pit stops. It was a really good night.
It definitely was. Next week, we go into Talladega behind the wheel of a Gen 6 machine. You've got a victory in the trucks. You got a victory in the Xfinity cars. What can we expect from that 87 at that super speedway at Talladega?
Well, we're definitely going to go for three in a row. We're definitely not going to, back off and be conservative because we got to make up some points. So, Gen 6 cars, it just comes down to pit stops and beating everybody off pit road because there's no outside line with that. So, I'm sure we'll have some team strategies worked out and some pit strategies worked out this week. So, looking forward to a great race next week.
Coming into tonight's race, looking back in 15th in points with the last week's victory, you move up 16 positions, and I'm sure you're going to skyrocket up into the top 10. We'll have to see when the points settle up where you finish, Justin. But any final shout-outs before we let you go?
Yeah, just everybody watching my stream. Appreciate you guys watching tonight. Steve and Travis for putting on a good race. Really fun and clean race up front the entire night. So, and Jeff for putting on the leg, and you, as always, call it a great race, Dustin. So, thank you.
All right. Well, congratulations again tonight, Justin, on a hard-fought battle and a nice set of lead laps, I guess. 75 in total. Really dominated tonight here at Autoclub. We'll see you next week when we go into Talladega.
Thanks, man.
One final interview I want to get, folks, and definitely got to give a shout-out to this guy. We did it towards the end of the broadcast or the end of the race here tonight. The man behind the scenes, you got to give it up for the framework that puts together this great race action. Jeff Wood joins me in the booth here now. Talking a little bit about it, Jeff, you really had to harness in these guys. Taking 4 leagues, putting them together is not an easy task. Between all the different styles of racecraft, between the different leagues and different things that they run, you had to kind of reel them all in, put them all together. I call it marrying them all up, getting them together. A lot of practice sessions been going on these past couple of weeks. Tell us a little bit about the challenges that you've had to endure to be able to have a great race that we saw here tonight.
Yeah, really, it's getting guys together, making sure they're at those practices, and running around each other. We did a couple things, the admin group behind the scenes this week, reducing the fuel load, give them more pit stops, reducing quick repairs down to 1, letting the leader go at his discretion on restarts. Little things like that, I think that came from the entire admin group that really helped this race develop to the point that it was great just watching it.
Definitely, when we take a look at the final summary statistics, you got them up here on the left-hand side of the screen. 6 lead changes. So these changes you've made brought out 6 lead changes here tonight and a total of 4 cautions in 100 laps. Pretty much halved, even beyond halved, the total caution that we had last week when we were at Chicagoland. So that's definitely some improvement we see there. What can we expect going forward at Talladega next week in the Gen 6 cars?
Gen 6, always difficult. Between all the leagues, probably the least run car. Dega, it's going to be Dega. But at the same time, I think ILCR can build on this week and improve of what people may seem as a standard for Dega and cautions. I think we can improve on that and keep them to a minimum, hopefully none.
All right. Well, is there any final thoughts you'd like to give before we let you go here tonight, bud?
Yeah, just congratulations to our top 3, Justin Michael, Steve Deutsch, Travis Browder. I know they all did well. Big thanks to all the leagues involved, Max Velocity, TWCVM, KMA, Loose Lug Nuts, and if anyone's gets a chance, go look at the paint shop. Find it on Facebook's iRacing Paint Shop. John Hedrick. Let him know he can get you painted up for iRacing. Other than that, great race here, Dustin, and thank you for Digital Forward Broadcast showing up tonight.
Not a problem, bud, and we will look forward to a great race in the Gen 6 next week at Talladega. Appreciate your time, Jeff.
Thank you, Dustin.
There you have it, folks. Some good, hard adminning behind the scenes put together, combined with everybody's willingness of cooperation and team efforts from 4 different leagues, put together a great race here tonight. Let's take one final look at the summary statistics yet again, as we mentioned it earlier. 6 lead changes, 4 total cautions in 100 laps. And I tell you what, having over 30 drivers on the field from 4 different leagues come together like this is no easy feat. Final results on your screen. Justin Michael picks up his 2nd win of the series back-to-back last week at Chicagoland, here tonight at Autoclub. We'll be looking for the trifecta at Talladega next week. Steve Deutz with a 2-tire gamble finishes 2nd. Travis Browder, your first Xfinity race winner, finishes 3rd here tonight. Wes Holland, James Lehman, Jason Russo, Craig Covington, Abe Bowden, Cody Lipscher, Vincent Jurin, rounding out your top 10. Wally Tierheimer Trying to finish his way in the top 10 will finish 11th. Mark Jackson, Jason Hughes, Jason Covington, Edward Bray, Bobby Everhart, Brian Chirble, Jack Watts, Tim Campbell, Alan Madding through 20. John Hedrick, Ralph Wheeler, Donald Stewart, Joel Guy, Donald Sadusky, Nick Reynolds, Brandon Schnupp, Matthew Hevener, Billy Wise, David Everly through 30. Scott Pelovic and Tommy Saxum, Kerry Cleaver here for autographs at Auto Club. Coming up next week, Gen 6 is at Talladega, home of the one. It'll be a great race you want to tune in to watch. New vehicle, new track. They've already raced there once in the trucks in the series opener. We'll have to see what that'll pan out for 100 laps of Gen 6 race action next Friday night. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe out there on that YouTube button, folks. You can find us on the web at forgebroadcasting.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/digitalforgebroadcasting. We'll be back in action Monday night with the Short Track National Showdown Series as they go into Phoenix, taking that great grassroots street stock race series in action. But that will do it for us here tonight, folks. I am Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Monday night.